The show had our big superhero draft this morning, and since they made fun of my team, I decided to move back the Linkin Park thing 1 week. I'll do it next Thursday because I got to defend my boys. I got to defend my picks. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
It's a me,
Dario!
Woohoo! Let's go!
So a big reminder that the podcast is now officially on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can find it easily by typing in Super Dario World Podcast on the search bar. Please rate me on iTunes. I still hold the perfect 5-star rating. I'm working to be worthy of it. I want to maintain it, so please keep it coming. I appreciate everybody who's rated me so far. As always, please add me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at Dario the Show. You can always contact me there with any comments, questions, or suggestions. The feedback is still amazing. That's one of the reasons why I do some of the segments that I do. It gives me great ideas, and plus I'm giving you what you want. So win-win, right? But okay.
Let's fight.
So a quick recap on me for those of you who don't know me. Hi, my name's Dario. I'm a Pisces. My favorite color is blue. Actually, that's a lie. My favorite color is not blue. But anyway, doesn't matter. That's not the point. I work for a morning radio show in San Diego. The radio station is called Rock 105.3. San Diego's Rock 105.3. And the morning show is called The Show. Anyway, every year to celebrate the NFL draft, which is happening today, we do a draft about various random items. Like I think last year we did best movie snacks. So this year, in celebration of Avengers Endgame coming out this week, we decided to do a superhero draft. Now, since I'm a big nerd, I was invited to be a part of it, and I think I did an excellent job. I think I did the best job out of them all, and I'm here to defend it because, well, right now they can't punch back, so I can do whatever I want. Also because I think I know more than them. But all right, I'll just go through the picks real quick, just so you can decide. I'm going to set the stage, okay? So first off, the members of the show. There's 4 people on the show, plus me. So the members are Eddie, who's the host, Sky, Thor, that's not his real name, but his name is super hard to spell, so they just started calling him Thor, and Emily. So if you want to listen to the full draft, you can go to the iHeartRadio app, type in The Show Presents, click on Full Show on Demand, and pick today's show. It starts roughly about 30 to 40 minutes in, so if you want to just fast forward to that, I recommend you listen to the whole thing because I think it's a great show. That's why I started working for this show, actually. It's because I was a fan, and they started hiring, so that's how I got started here. But anyway, you can listen to the whole thing there, but I'm just going to give you the results right here, okay? So, Emily, who knows nothing of superhero movies, these were her picks. She picked Catwoman, that's her number 1, Superman, which was solid, and Black Panther, because she thought that cats belonged together. Anyway, Thor picked Captain America as his leader, Iron Man for his money, and Wolverine because he felt he needed some attitude in there. Sky's team was Captain Marvel, Thor, and Ant-Man. Eddie's team was the Hulk, Spider-Man, and Deadpool. And my team, I actually got the first overall pick. I got the number 1 pick, the first overall pick in the draft, and I chose Batman, which everybody made fun of me for. I don't think they get who Batman is. But anyway, I picked Batman. And then for my number 2 and number 3 picks, I got the Scarlet Witch and Vision. So let me explain why I chose those 3. So with Batman, I have to admit I made a mistake. Not because I chose Batman, but because I realized that I could have gotten him way lower in the draft. Because for apparently everybody else in the room, since he doesn't have any powers, they think he's kind of useless. But Batman is probably the greatest strategist in the comic book world. Honestly, it's debatable. It's between him and a few other guys, but I think he's the best. He has a plan for everything. And even those plans have backup plans. And those backup plans have backup plans. There's a reason that they say that with enough prep time, Batman can beat anybody. And even on the fly, sometimes he's unstoppable. I remember there's one storyline, and I think it's an animated movie, called Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, where Batman, out of nowhere, gets pulled into another dimension. In this dimension, the Justice League is evil. And immediately as he gets pulled into the other dimension, he faces the evil Batman and an evil Wonder Woman. So again, Wonder Woman has powers almost equal to Superman. She is a goddess, literally. And so you think, oh shit, Batman's fucked. He's going to be captured. So as evil Wonder Woman is beating him up, in order to make time, to try to make time, he throws a few smoke bombs to the ground, and he kind of hides. He does the ninja thing. So what does Wonder Woman do? She sucks up all the smoke and is like, ha ha ha, you can't hide. All of a sudden, you see Batman stand up, and he's wearing a gas mask. So Wonder Woman immediately passes out because apparently it was knockout gas. So that's one of those moments where you're like, holy shit, how do you think of that? How'd he know that that's how she was going to react and it was going to work? And it's like, the point is, you got to respect the guy, okay? The dude has been fighting people so far out of his league for so long, and he's submitted them. He's made Darkseid, who's the equivalent of Thanos in the DC world, he's brought him to his knees. So, again, I don't know why I have to defend Batman, but I got made fun of for picking Batman. They're the idiots. I got the best pick of the draft. I got the best character out there. But anyway, okay. I had to get that out. But to continue, he's also the best leader out there. So much so that, like they said, he's a normal guy. He's a normal human. But he makes Superman, basically a god, listen to him. He makes Wonder Woman, who is a god, listen to him. Take your pick. Shazam, The Flash, Green Lantern, all these dudes. So many powers. And yet they listen to Batman. Why? Because they know he's the smartest one. But anyway, I realized I could have gotten him lower. I overestimated their picks. I thought they were for sure going to go for the best one. I think I got the best one. Batman's the best superhero out there. Let's just say that. But anyway, now I know what you're thinking. For those of you who know comic book stuff, I forgot to mention there were kind of rules. And I know what you're thinking. Dario, why don't you go for Dr. Manhattan? For those of you who don't know, Dr. Manhattan is a character from The Watchmen, and he's probably the most powerful character out there. Because, you know what, I won't spoil it for you. The point is, for those of you who've read The Watchmen, who know kind of comic books, Dr. Manhattan is kind of an apex. But anyway, the reason why I didn't go for him is that I thought it would be kind of unfair to pick because we did decide to stick to only characters from superhero movies, but I don't think any of them remembers The Watchmen, and I thought it would have been unfair to go for Dr. Manhattan. Honestly, if you got Dr. Manhattan, it's done anyway, so try to keep it interesting. I knew that immediately if I picked him, they would have started saying like, oh, that's just ridiculous. Dario with his ridiculous, obscure picks that don't even matter, that nobody really knows how powerful they are, whatever. So that's the reason why I did not go for Dr. Manhattan. Thank you. Anyway, moving on. Scarlet Witch was the one that I was always aiming for right after Batman because she is an apex. I love Scarlet Witch. She's one of my favorite characters in comic books because she's an apex. First off, she's crazy. Second off, she's crazy hot. Third, she's freaking... she's an Omega, and for those of you who don't know, mutants who are considered Omegas basically means that they have an unlimited power. For example, Jean Grey is an Omega when she has the Phoenix Force, so it means that there's no limits to their power. Another example that he's not really respected that much, but he's technically an Omega, is Iceman. So because he can reach absolute zero, so there's, again, no limits to his powers. But anyway, she's an Omega, and her power, I think, is way, way stronger than everybody else's because she has the power of chaos magic and to alter reality. Also, it depends on where you're depicting her. Basically, she can alter reality, she can create her own reality, and there's a certain storyline called the House of M where she changes not only her reality, but the entire multiverse. So, again, extremely powerful being who can alter reality. She can alter fucking reality. But if we're sticking just to the powers from the MCU, if you remember in Infinity Wars, she was single-handedly, and I mean literally one hand, holding back Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet with 5 Infinity Stones, while with her other hand, she was destroying the Infinity Stone that was in Vision. So she's OP as fuck. And I picked her specifically... not because she's super powerful, and that's one. And two, she is a great counter for Superman, because Superman is weak against magic. And so it was a double strategy, and I knew that nobody else was going to go for her. So I did not risk taking her as my number one, because I did not want to risk losing Batman. And I knew that nobody was going to go for her, because for some reason, nobody thinks about Scarlet Witch. Everybody forgets how powerful she is. I don't know why. I think it's because she doesn't have that many lives in the movies. But anyway... For my number 3, I got Vision. And honestly, it's mainly because all the other ones that I wanted for like my powerhouse were gone. And Vision's not a bad pick. And after I thought about it a little, because I had a few minutes to think who would be best. Ooh, should I go for Doctor Strange? Should I go for, I don't know, Colossus? Should I go for, what other powerhouses out there? Should I go for Groot? As I was contemplating all the options on the board, I realized, okay, Wanda's kind of crazy. So if I put the guy who's going to kind of keep her in check, like at least keep her happy, it'll be good. So it'll be good for the morale of my team. So that's why I ended up picking Vision, who's also super powerful. And again, if we're just sticking to the movies, dude has an Infinity Stone on his forehead. He has the smarts of Bruce Banner, Ultron, Tony Stark, and he's made out of vibranium. Why do I need to defend that pick? I don't know why. I don't know why they made fun of my picks. I think I have the best team out there. And you know what? I'll put them one-on-one against everybody. I'll break it down. I'll break down how every fight would go. I'm proving a point here. So, okay. This is how I think every single fight would go. So, I'll start against Emily. So, it would be Batman, Vision, and Scarlet Witch against Catwoman, Superman, and Black Panther. So, this is how it would go. Batman could very easily deal with Catwoman. Super easily. Done and done. It wouldn't even be a fair fight. I mean, how many times has Batman beaten Catwoman? It's not even fair. Then you have Scarlet Witch against Superman. Again, Superman has several weaknesses, and one of them is magic, and you got one of the most powerful sorceress ever. So I think she would handily handle Superman, especially because Batman usually always has a kryptonite ring with him, and so he would help out there. So, or he could just toss Wanda the ring, like, hey, you use this for magic. I don't know, make a prison or whatever. So it would be an easy fight for those two. The one where it might be a little bit kind of interesting would be Black Panther versus Vision. But, I mean, Vision can fly. He has super strength. He's also made out of vibranium. He can become intangible. And if he hits him with the Infinity Stone, Black Panther's done. So that would be the easiest fight. Then we go up against Eddie, who has the Hulk, Spider-Man, and Deadpool. Now, that team is all over the fucking place because you got two dudes there who don't play well with other people. The Hulk is he has a lot of off-the-field issues. Deadpool has even more off-the-field issues. So I get that the Spider-Man Deadpool bromance is awesome, but Spider-Man is going to be caught in the middle of trying to keep, Deadpool from annoying the Hulk from smashing him. He's going to have his hands full. They're going to probably be fighting each other. Honestly, in all honesty, they'll probably take each other out. But let's assume that they get their shit together and they actually, focus on the fight. This is how it probably would go. Batman can easily take out Deadpool. A few explosive batarangs. Boom, he blows up. And then as he's healing, he's just, I don't know, he can freeze him with... I'm guessing he has a freezer on his belt, or he just keeps exploding him. Honestly, Deadpool wouldn't last very long against Batman. I think Batman's a better fighter. Then you have the Hulk. The Hulk, I'd put him up against, honestly, Scarlet Witch, who the advantage that Scarlet Witch has over the Hulk is that A, she can fly, and B, she has telekinetic powers. So the easiest thing I would do is just, as the Hulk is jumping, hold him, throw him out in space, and you're done. He can't do anything. He can't fly back. Just throw the Hulk out in space, and you're done. You won. Easy fix. Or you can use your chaos magic to revert him back to Bruce Banner and kill him. So, again, easy solutions all around because she's a fucking Omega. And then you got Vision against Spider-Man, who I don't see how Spider-Man can beat a dude who becomes intangible. Let's say he throws a web at him. He becomes intangible. The web falls off. Again, he has an Infinity Stone that he can shoot him with. And by that time, Batman will be free. Scarlet Witch will be free. So honestly, poor Spidey is going to end up being 3 against 1. So it's not going to last very long. So again, I think that's also an easy win for my team. Next up is Thor. Thor had Captain America, Iron Man, and Wolverine. So off the bat, Captain America, great leader, amazing fighter. I'd be concerned of his strategy. Iron Man, also genius, has a lot of tech, a lot of surprises. Wolverine is just kind of a wild animal. So honestly, this is how I would see it going. I think Batman would take on Wolverine, and it would be a similar fight to Deadpool. Explosive batarangs, keep him down as long as you need to, and when he's immobilized, he'll probably just put cuffs on him, because that's the weakness of Wolverine. If you catch him, you catch him. So there's not much he can do. So if he puts enough fucking chains on you, you're done. So, or he can just put you on I don't know, the Batmobile and just drag you until you get tired. Point is, I don't think it'd be much of a fight. Now, Captain America against Scarlet Witch. Again, I don't see it as a fair fight because Scarlet Witch can alter reality. And also, again, telekinesis, Captain America can't fly. So if he can actually just grab him and crush him with telekinetic powers. So I don't see that. I don't see that being a fight at all. Iron Man and Vision, on the other hand, it could be a little bit of a fight, but the Vision, again, he has the brains in the MCU. He was made from Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, and Ultron. Also has a vibranium armor, and he was also Jarvis, the former AI from Iron Man's armor. So I don't see how he couldn't just hack Iron Man's armor and take over it and, kill him that way. Also, let's say that doesn't work. He could become intangible and pull him out of his armor. That could also work. So I don't see it being much of a fight either. Like I said, or, just switch those two around. The Vision grabs Captain America, he just crushes him because he's way more powerful, he's stronger, and Scarlet Witch uses her reality warping powers to disable Iron Man's armor, and he's done. So again, easy fight, easy win. I see my team taking it. Next one is this is the hardest one. I think is the hardest out of all of them. And I think Skye might have gotten the best team out of everybody else because she has Captain Marvel, Thor, and Ant-Man. Now, the weak link on that team is pretty obvious, is Ant-Man. So if she would have gotten freaking Doctor Strange, that team would be scary. But she didn't. She went for Ant-Man for some reason. So the biggest issue in her team, though, is that she has no leader. Honestly, Captain Marvel and Thor, they're going to be trying to duke it out to see who's the alpha there. They're not going to listen to each other. It's going to be a battle of egos. And Ant-Man, Scott Lang's going to be standing there like, hey, guys, they're attacking us. We should do something. So the way I think it would go is probably Batman versus Ant-Man. And when Ant-Man shrinks, Batman is going to throw some smoke bombs to hide. Since neither of them can see each other, Ant-Man will grow. And when he's bigger, that's when Batman will do something to take him out. He'll probably throw an electric batarang at his Transformer and completely screw him up, or at least screw up his suit. That's how I'd see it going. Then with Captain Marvel, I'd put him up against Vision. And honestly, with Vision, I'd just keep doing range attacks until... The issue with Captain Marvel is that you don't really know what her powers are. You don't know her limits, because in the movie, they didn't tell you what her fucking limits were. But anyway, you use the Vision because if she can't hit him, he's fine. All he has to do is just keep hurting her little by little, and what's she gonna do? Punch him? He becomes intangible. Shoot beams at him? He becomes intangible. And so it's little by little. It's gonna be a battle of inches. Every single bit, a little bit at a time, she would wear her out, and eventually, by that time, Batman will get freed probably, and Scarlet Witch will get freed. So Scarlet Witch against Thor, another very interesting one. And again, Scarlet Witch could just take away his powers because she has that power. She has done it before. There are versions of her doing this. But again, she has messed with his mind before. So if she just uses her telekinetic powers, that would be telepathy, to go into his mind and fight him in his mind, she could just break him there because she'd have the advantage. So that's how I see it going. Let me know what you think. That's why I picked my team. I thought they would mesh the best together. And again, Batman is the best strategist out there. He's the best. He uses his weapons the best way he can. And in this situation, his weapons would be the Scarlet Witch and the Vision. So he doesn't even have to do much. I get that Captain America is the best on the field general, frontline general. But from the back, Batman is the best. You can't beat his strategy. But anyway, those were my picks. I think I would handily whoop all the other teams. Some of them would be more difficult than the others, but I think I would win in the end. Let me know what you think. Do you think somebody else's team would win? Did I mess up and should I have taken somebody else? Let me know. So that's it for today's episode of SDW. I had to get that out of my system, man. It was bothering me so much. I really did want to do the Linkin Park thing, but I thought this was more important right now for my own sanity. I will do the Linkin Park thing next week, next Throwback Thursday, the top 10 Linkin Park songs. And as always, please contact me at Dario the Show. You can always find me there on Instagram. Any questions, suggestions, comments, I are greatly appreciated. And for tomorrow, since the big fight episode is coming up on Game of Thrones, and the rumor mill says that there's going to be 5 character deaths coming up, I will go through who I think is the most likely to get it on next episode of Game of Thrones. So, as always, thank you for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.